Hello, welcome or welcome back to the YarnNYarns YouTube channel. My name is Angela and all the places you can find me should be linked in the description box below this video. Here on the channel you'll find me chatting about my adventures in knitting, spinning, crochet, weaving, all of the fibre related things. Today's video is another of my 12 cast on vlogs. So if you are new to the channel and you're unfamiliar with the 12 cast ons, I'll link this year's playlist up above or down below. But basically at the end of 1 year going into the beginning of the next, I spent some time casting on 12 consecutive days, 12 new projects that will hopefully take me through the year of making. And this year I thought it'd be fun to make some vlogs as we go throughout the year, sort of documenting how I work on those projects. So this is one of those vlogs. It is the last weekend in March as I'm recording this, and throughout March I've been concentrating on a test knit sweater. That has what has been monopolising the majority of my making time in March. However, I'm almost at the end of that, so I thought as it's a glorious sunny morning on a Saturday, it's high time that I treated myself to some making that's not that sweater. So I'm going to be working on my one and only crochet project for the 12 cast-ons this year, and it's being housed in this project bag that I made myself quite some time ago, which happens to be covered in spinning fibre. Yay! And I'm working on a project from the Animal Friends of Pika Power book, and it is Victor Frog. I'll try and find a picture of Victor. There he is in all his glory. If you've been following along with my adventures here on the channel for a while, you'll know that I love crochet, but me and crochet don't always see eye to eye, as in the technique that I use for crochet is not the most efficient. It's just how I learned to do it, and I've been trying to teach myself to crochet in other ways, but no matter how I crochet I find it quite difficult on my wrist. So I need to work on these projects sort of in little bursts really. So on the first day of the 12 cast-ons I made the top of Victor's head, and I also took a break from working in green and I took a chance and I've made the top of his shorts. I'm not sure yet whether these are going to fit or whether this was effort in vain, because the yarns are slightly different, and it won't be until I've made Victor's body that I'll know whether these sort of fit over it or not. But anyway, I fancied a break on that first day from working in green and I started working these up, hoping that on and off this weekend I might actually have a chance of finishing Victor. As I mentioned, I need to sort of pick up and put down my crochet a little bit, but this weekend feels like it might be conducive to making a fair amount of progress, because I've got a couple of things on for a change. Usually my weekends are really quiet, but it means that I'll have pockets of time at home and then pockets of time out and about, so that's kind of like good for a pick up and put down kind of project. As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day, hence why I'm sitting in the garden. I actually can't see what I'm recording because the sun is right behind the camera, so I'm hoping this is okay. Let's get on and see how much I can get done of Victor this morning. So I'm going to be working on Victor's sort of head and body. I'm using some Peyton's cotton. It's Peyton's 4-ply mercerised cotton, and I'm holding it double for the body and the head. And this is a skein that I've had in my stash for quite some time. I'm going to crack on and see how much work I can get done on this morning before either I have to move and do something else, we leave the house, or my wrist tells me it's had enough. But this is the project, if anyone is interested, that I started on day 6 of the 12 cast-ons, and I've got my handy dandy lovely marker that was a gift from the wonderful Judith, who is a member of our community here. I've added a few rows, not too many, but he's definitely growing. But I'm past the point where the pattern recommends to put in the eyes, and I was just procrastinating a bit because I forgot to bring down my pot of safety eyes that I've got. And I've just spent a ridiculous amount of time chatting to myself in my head about what colour eyes Victor has. If you watch the original cast-on video, you know that Victor came about for a bit of a fun reason, and each of the characters in the book have got a little story to them, and in the story Victor's a bit of a movie star. In my head I went off into this conversation about, does Victor have these deep blue eyes, or does he have gorgeous brown eyes? Don't ask. I'm adding way too much personality to my Victor. In the end, I think I've settled for green. I think he's got piercing green eyes. Quite nice against the green of his body. I'll show you a shot in a minute. But yeah, hopefully I'm making the right choice. Victor, what are you doing to me? It's been quite some time since I did any updating for this vlog, and it's rapidly approaching the end of May now, and the dice rolled some crochet for me, so I'm working on Victor again, except this month has disappeared and it's not been the best mental health month for me, so I've hardly managed to get anything from my dice rolling finished, although I'm sure when we get to the end of the month and I look back, I'll have done more than I have reckoned. But time to get some work in on Victor and see if I can get him finished. He's really close to being finished, so it wouldn't take that much, but I do have to be careful, as I mentioned time and time again, with how much crochet I actually do. So I'm at the point now where I need to work on Victor's polka dot pants, I think. Just probably need to get some scissors to cut this yarn off. I am going to give him some orange polka dot pants, of course. You know me. Was it going to be anything else? Not a chance, eh? So it's now the beginning of June, and I feel like this little bit of the vlog's a bit bitty, but I didn't have the best of mental health months in May. So I didn't really give Victor a fair crack of the whip. So I'm going to carry him over into June, although he's officially not one of my June projects. He's really close to being finished, so I'm hoping I might be able to get him done. It's Monday, early June, and the weather today is a much better weather day than we were promised. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that it's dry and get out and about. I really enjoyed doing lots of walking while James and I were away a couple of weekends ago, and we had a couple of days where we did 10 miles plus each day, which I just love. I love. So obviously it's not realistic to spend, 2-3 hours walking every day most days, but YarnNYarns website is quiet at the moment. I have just recorded, edited, uploaded a Patreon video, so I'm feeling like I can take a couple of hours to myself to get out and enjoy the dry weather. There's a few sunny spells as well. So I'm actually going to go for a walk. It's a couple of miles to get there. I'm going to the Cardiff Wetlands Nature Reserve, which is somewhere I've never been before, which is crazy because I've been here for 6+ years now, and it's just over on Cardiff Bay. I don't know what it's like. I don't know how big it is. It doesn't look too big on the map, but I figured it would be quite fun if I can find somewhere to sit to work on my frog project in the Wetlands Nature Reserve. So we'll see how that pans out. So here we go, Victor. Into the project bag you go with the book. It's going to be a fair bit to carry, but not too much. quick stop at the top of the hill, and I think I can see my destination if we zoom in. Just here is St David's Hotel, and I think this area around here is the Wetlands Reserve. Beautiful view over Cardiff Bay.
Can't get out of bed. Too much on my brain, but got it good. Can't complain. It's like I'm losing my mind, and time's hard to find. What's a girl gotta do to catch a break up? When life tries to test me, I take it one day at a time. 'Cause I was crying yesterday, but look at me today. It has been so long.
Getting slowly closer. Got to work my way around the bay though. So we've made it into Cardiff. It's a bit windy this side of the bay, but it wasn't long ago that we're up there on the hill.
Since I wrote a sad song, sunshine on my face, I'm feeling okay. Nothing's in my way. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I put a dress on today. I don't care what you say, and I'm ignoring my phone, so don't try to reach me. I can't do nothing for you, so don't ask, I ain't coming through.
Made it to the reserve. Took me longer than I thought, but I've been dawdling because it's been a beautiful day. 3 miles walked, so not too bad, and I'll probably get the train back because it's getting quite late in the day now. But I'm by the pond. It's not particularly private. There isn't any sort of little nooks or crannies that I found to sit, but I think by the pond seems as good a place as any to add a round or two to Victor.
'Cause I'm running away to my own world, that's where I'll stay. Yeah. When life tries to test me, I take it one day at a time. 'Cause I was crying yesterday, but look at me today. It has been so long since I wrote a sad song, sunshine on my face. I'm feeling okay. Nothing's in my way. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Nothing ever stays the same. There's always room for better days. Now I know how to live life with a smile on my face. Nothing ever stays the same. There's always room for better days. I was crying yesterday, but look at me now. 'Cause I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Say I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
I hope you don't mind indulging that little bit of a nature outing. It turned out to be more sharing the beautiful atmosphere, scenery of the Wetland Centre than it did about crochet. But hey ho, I enjoyed it, so I hope you did too. I did not end up taking too much crochet footage while I was at the Wetlands Reserve, although I did end up doing a few rows of crochet. I finished Victor's polka dot pants. I don't think I quite got the technique quite right for the polka dots. My dots seem to have gone a little bit wonky, askew. Rather than dots, they look a bit sort of slanted, but hey, who's gonna know? It's just me and you and all of the internet. And as you can see, I've started on the first leg for Victor. Yeah, I've just got to carry on and add his legs now. Fast forward many months, I think I have no recollection off the top of my head when I last worked on this project. I think it might have been last summer. I definitely remember going off to the wetlands reserve with this project last year sometime. But hopefully this is the month. I have recently rolled the dice to help me choose my projects for February, and I made a bold claim on that video that I was going to finish Victor this month in February, and it's now the 10th of February and I have yet to pick up Victor. So if I'm going to keep my promise, I need to start working on this, because I know it's going to be relatively slow going because of how painful this is on my wrists, or it can be painful if I overdo it. Just the act of crocheting is not in itself is not painful, but if I work on the project for too long, particularly in this held double cotton, it will just become too much. So I need to start working on Victor so I can do a few rounds a day to get him finished. So yes, here we are. This is the beginning of February. I'm sure you will already have a fresh idea in your mind of where Victor is at, because for you in this video you'll have seen me working on him hopefully, but for me it's been months. So in reality I've just got legs, flippers and arms to do, but the legs and the arms are the hardest because they're small circumference crochet in this double thick cotton. So yeah, I need to stop putting this off and get on with it. So I'm going to take this project downstairs with me so that it is sat next to me in my little crafting corner. Hopefully that will encourage me to to crochet a round or two each day. But it's now 4:30 and I've kind of finished work for the day, which is kind of why I've come up to the craft attic. But I think while I've got Victor in hand and I'm got my phone next to me, I think I might pop on my audiobook for 15-20 minutes and see if I can add a few rounds, and then at least I will feel a little bit happier that a small amount of progress will be made on Victor. Getting dark up here now, so definitely time to go downstairs. I've been working on this for maybe about 25 minutes and I have a leg and the beginnings of a second one. So yeah, that's making me feel a little bit happier about the prospect of being able to get Victor finished by the end of this month, because that really didn't take too long at all. But I need to take a break now from crochet and get on with the rest of my day. I've got some boring house chores to do before I can settle down for the evening. Okay, it's Friday the 17th of February and I've been a little bit naughty and I have neglected Victor over the last couple of days. I get to points in my projects where I use certain things as an excuse to procrastinate, and Victor needs stuffing out. He is flat Victor at the moment, as you will know, and so I've been using the fact that he needs filling up as an excuse for not progressing to the next part of this project. But it's Friday evening, it's the weekend, yay! So my aim for the weekend is, well, my aim for today is to get Victor stuff. I have got this old bag of stuffing. I'm not even sure how long I've had this, because it's been probably at least 7, 8, 9 years since I've been to a hobby craft. But this has been hanging around in my craft room for ages, so I'm hoping this will be enough to fill out Victor. I've got plenty more stuffing downstairs in the shop stock overflow if I need it. So I'm going to sit here this afternoon or this evening, it's sort of late afternoon now, and get Victor filled out. And then over the weekend I'm hoping to work on Victor's flippers. He's getting really, really close, but the end of the month is also getting really close, and I'm very conscious of the fact that I made a promise that Victor was going to be finished this month. So I've got to make these little flipper things. And I found this teeny tiny little ball of cotton in my stash, and I'm hoping this will be just enough to make the 2 flippers. We shall see. They're not huge, but crochet does eat up a lot of yarn, so yeah, we'll start them in this and we'll see how we go. Yesterday I was busy trying to film a time lapse of me working on Victor, and then I finished adding the toy stuffing and I realised that my camera battery had died at some point. But you didn't really miss out on much. You know how exciting is watching someone stuff a frog. But anyway, Victor is no longer flat. Yeah, ready to move on. And actually I did last night, you might have seen a little clip of me crocheting because I started work on the flippers, and unfortunately it became very apparent quite quickly that my little ball of yellow cotton, although the perfect colour, would not be quite enough to make 2. And I don't want to break into another ball of yarn just to make a couple of flippers, but I did have a little bit of the orange left from where I did his polka dot underpants. So I've decided just to make him a little bit quirky, and he's got 2 different colour flippers, which is absolutely fine. So I'm going to spend some time this afternoon sewing those on, and then it's just the arms and the shorts left. And actually now could be a good time to test out the beginnings of the swim shorts that I made, because I finished the sort of top of the shorts, but I stopped before I added the little legs. There's only a few rows of leg action on these, but I wasn't sure because I'm using cotton held double for the body whether the difference in thickness would mean that these don't fit. So let's pop these on. It's the moment of truth. Actually, they're looking pretty good. I think they will be just fine. Look, I can move my hands away and they're not sliding down. So today I think my objective is going to be to finish off the legs by sewing on the flippers, and I'll add the legs to the shorts, get those finished, and then I'll try, I think, also to make a start on one of the arms, because it's just arms left after the shorts. And I know I'll be going back to working with the green, which is the double thickness cotton, which is the thing that's been slowing me down throughout this whole project. Working these 2 little flippers, although they're still, you know, in the cotton yarn, which is a little bit harder on my hands when I'm crocheting, these took like less than 20 minutes I think to make 2 flippers. So it is just the gauge of working that double thick cotton, but I don't have any regrets because I really like the colour, and because this cotton had ended up getting damaged somehow and the colour wasn't consistent, there wasn't any other project that I would probably end up using that ball in. So yeah, I'm not mad, and it doesn't matter that he's taken so long because, you know, all these things are just for fun. As you know, I work on so many things, so don't worry about how long anything takes me, even the smallest of projects. Fairly confident now that we can get Victor finished by the end of the month. It's the 17th, no, the 18th of February today, so there's still 10 days or so left in the month. Famous last words. Victor is no longer going around in his underpants. He does in fact have his stripy swim shorts on. He's such a character, is Victor. I do love him. So yeah, flipper's done, even though they are mismatched. Swim shorts on. It's time for arms, and then Victor is finished. Oh my goodness, Victor, we are almost there, almost there. This is it, we've reached the end and Victor is finally finished. So I thought it was only fitting to come to my local lake to record the last clip for this vlog. I've had such a lovely time making Victor. He did take me way longer than he really should have, but that was my own choice for holding the cotton double, which was really hard on my wrist. So don't let my silliness put you off of making any of the creatures from the Animals from Pika Pal book, because it really is such a fun little book with some lovely little patterns in there. I can't quite believe what a lovely morning we're having this morning. It was snowing here a couple of days ago. Now look at the blue skies behind me. It's still pretty chilly, but yeah, I'm recording this at the beginning of March, but I did in fact finish Victor in February, so I managed to keep my promise, and the last few bits of Victor really didn't take me that long at all, which always leaves me wondering why I leave it so long. But hey, these things are just for fun. I never have any real deadlines for the projects that I make, and yeah, I'm glad to have a little frog friend to add to my menagerie. I can't remember how much I chatted about this in the previous clips, so I'm going to say it again here just in case, but he has different colour flippers because I ran out of the yellow quite quickly, but I had a little ball of orange, so I just decided he would have mismatched flippers rather than delay the project any more. And the finishing of the arms and the little shorts really didn't take too long at all, so yeah, I'm going to let Victor have a little play in the pond or at least by the pond for a little while, and so I shall sign off from this video. Thank you so much for following along the adventures of Victor. If you've been here from Victor's inception, I know that he gave everyone quite a laugh, so yeah, I hope you have enjoyed Victor as much as I have. I will be back here again soon on the channel with some more making content, so I hope you will join me for the next video, but until we do get to spend time together again, I hope you get to do some of the things that you enjoy. Great big woolly hugs from me and from Victor. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.